Happy Monday and welcome back. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I know most of us are looking forward to a short week this week with Thanksgiving coming up, so I hope everyone enjoys their holiday. But today we're going to be talking about essential questions to ask before hiring a web developer. If you're new here, I'm Evie Dross, owner and creative director of Evolution Design, where I help businesses with their web design, graphic, and printing needs. So, last week we talked about the importance of timelines and making sure that the web developer you choose for your project has clear expectations to make the process seamless. And so today we're going to dive a little deeper into other essential questions you should ask a web developer before hiring. So as we talked about, working with a web developer, it's an exciting step to take, but it can also be a little overwhelming. And I love supporting, fellow business owners. So my goal is to help you through that process. So the one of the biggest things that you can do is to just ask questions. Ask questions. So when you're going to work with a web developer, you need to ask certain essential questions before hiring them. Because asking the right questions is just going to help you hire the best web developer for your unique project, your specific needs, all of that. So let's jump into some of the most important questions to ask before considering hiring a web developer. So the first question is, what platform do you use to design websites? This is important because you're going to need to know the platform down the line. Unless you add a specific maintenance package where the web developer is going to be taking care of all of this for you, you're going to need to make small changes or updates to the website, and not to mention maybe adding products or services when you need to. So you really want to ensure that the platform is user friendly, especially if you aren't a technical person. Question number 2 is, what does your research process look like? So when someone visits your website, you want them to instantly understand your business's image, mission, and goals. So an excellent developer should research your target audience, your brand, and the brand identity that you are trying to convey on your website. Question number 3 is, you want to ask them to walk you through their web design and development process. So this is going back to last week's video a little bit again, because every developer takes a different approach to the process. You want to ask for details on the process, stages, timelines, revisions, all of that and more. Okay, because that's going to be important to make sure that you're holding each other accountable. The fourth question is, do you include revisions in your web design package? So on the same note, make sure revisions are included to some degree. You want to be able to make changes as needed during the process and be able to give feedback. So here at Evolution Design, we highly value feedback from our clients during the process, but this can vary sometimes with other developers. So you really want to make sure that you ask that. So with our process, it includes creating a PDF mock-up of your design concept. And this is going to give our clients a visual representation of their potential website. And so we notify the client that at this time, it's the time to request any revisions prior to us building out the website, which once that happens and you want to make changes, then that can incur additional fees at that time. So at that time, when reviewing the PDF mockup, they have the opportunity to provide feedback and request revisions. And we tweak the mockup until they absolutely love it. And once approved, we start the build out phase. So the next question you want to ask is, what is your expected timeline and how long will the project take? So if you have a specific deadline in mind, you want to make sure that the developer will be able to meet that deadline, even with the revisions that you may make. The next question is, are your designs mobile friendly and responsive? Nowadays, every website, and I say every website, needs to be mobile friendly and responsive to different devices and browsers. Listen, this is such an important question to ask, and it is absolutely non negotiable. It, it's a must, okay? So the next question is, how will you optimize for SEO? SEO is search engine optimization. So, as we all know, having a beautiful website is great, but you need to hire a developer with knowledge of SEO who will apply those best practice techniques to your site. And this will just help you generate more leads and have a website that's built to work for you and your marketing funnels. The next question is, how will you make sure my page speed is fast? Listen, how fast the website loads is so important. If a website takes too long to load, usually people are not going to sit around and wait for it. And so your web developer should focus on best practices for page and site speed. The next question is, who will manage my site once it's completed? So sometimes developers offer management package or maintenance packages or include specific services in their initial rate. And so this is a huge thing to ask about while considering who to hire. I think most clients tend to think that a website is a build it and done type of thing, and it is not. So, if you don't know, websites are just like the software on your computer, and they require regular updates to the software it uses. So, not keeping up with these, keeping it up to date can basically result in your website being hacked, malware, and just different components of your website not functioning properly, and a long list of other things could potentially happen. So, that's really important question. The next question is, what is included in your pricing package? And what will I expect to pay additional money for? So sometimes specific deliverables are included while others are not. And it's beyond essential to figure out what exactly is included and what isn't. So know what you're going to want out of the project too, and make sure it's included, or make sure that at least it's reasonable to add on if you need to at a later time. The next question is, can you provide me with your portfolio or reference websites that I can visit that you've created? So it's super helpful to be able to look at a web developer's previous projects or even hear directly from people about their experience with working with that developer. Listen, you're not going to go to a hair salon and get full color haircut and all of that without have seen that, stylist previous work, or hearing from a previous client of that stylist and them raving about how great they are. It's the same thing with, choosing a web developer. Next question you want to be sure to ask is, do you offer a content package or do you have someone you recommend? So some developers offer content marketing packages along with development. And if you're ready to launch your business into a new level, this might be a good option to consider. So for instance, I hate writing content. It is not my forte. So this is not included in my packages, but I do offer this as an add-on service. And so many clients feel at first that they can write the content themselves, but unless you are a great writer and you understand how to write to engage and increase conversions, listen, I recommend leaving it to a professional content writer, okay? The next question is, what assets do I need to provide to get the project started? So you will need to know what's expected of you and when. There are assets you'll need to pull together before the project gets started. So take note. So last week we talked about how we provide a list to our clients of assets that we need to collect from them and how we make it simple for them to just upload it to the client portal. Again, making the process super easy for them. So hopefully this list of questions to ask a developer will help you find the perfect person for your job. So no matter what project you have in mind, it is important to focus on your needs. So remember to ask questions. Do not be afraid to ask questions and take notes. All right, so that's it for this week. Tune in next Monday for some more great information. See you guys and have a happy Thanksgiving. Bye.